And now, the man you've seen before, Mr. Nick Tillier.
Pretend like Bad to the Bone is playing right now. Ba-na-na-na-na. Like that. Ba-na-na. Sorry. You guys hear about that Quaker Oats recall? It's like 2 months ago. I'm still mad about it. I had to get rid of all my granola bars, which was like all my snacks. It was terrible. Retreat still hasn't brought back granola bars. You know, I have an affinity for Quaker Oats. You know, if I could marry Quaker Oats oatmeal squares, I would. But I feel like I've been cheated on by salmonella. And that hurts. You know, part of marriage is that you don't hook up with whatever communicable disease is hot right now. That's how I feel. You know, I like giving blood, but the thing is that they ask your name like a million times. Like, I come up to the front desk, they're like, I'm checking in. They're like, what's your name? Nick Tillinghast. I go over to answer the questions at that little, like, desk area. And they're like, have you been to Rwanda recently? Have you eaten any granola bars in the past week? And they're like, what's your name again? Nick Tillinghast. I just told you. We head over to the place where you sit down while they draw your blood. They're like, what's your name one more time? And I'm like, I'm Benny the Blood Burglar. I just told, Nick Tillinghast. Drats. Foiled again. I guess you can keep the blood this time. I'll just go home now. They also don't take blood from Vinny the Vampire, Marky Mosquito, and anyone who has AIDS. It's big. I've been really bad on my socks this year. There's a lot of holes. You know, but whenever you buy socks, you know, I look at those 3-packs at Kohl's, and it's like the first 2 designs are pretty cool, and then the bottom one just sucks. Like, I look at it, this one's got snakes on it, that's cool. Next one's got, like, rainbows, that's pretty neat. Bottom one's got a portrait of Newt Gingrich on it. That guy left Congress 30 years ago. Still got that Kohl's deal running. Crazy. You know, I like to be on time for things generally. I think it's kind of a rarity in this generation. And I was talking to my friend Vaughn the other day, and he was telling me how he was late to work a while back because he was eating a really big sandwich. And he ended up being late. Everybody at work was really understanding about it, apparently. You know, me and him are pretty good friends, and I'm worried that, you know, if I ever get in a pickle, is he gonna be eating a sandwich with a pickle in it? You know, I call him up, I say, Vaughn, can you help me? I'm stuck in a gorilla enclosure right now. And he's like, I'm sorry, Nick, I got a major pastrami situation over here. At least a foot worth, courtesy of Subway. I'm like, can't you just eat and walk, Vaughn? And he's like, that's mad unhealthy, man. That's how you get, like, lupus or pneumonia or something, I think. I was like, Vaughn, can you just leave the sandwich there? And he's like, nah, bro, I don't have a fridge, and then the mice will get to it. And, you know, they'll get really invested in the sandwich, and they have their mouse business to attend to. They're going to be late for that. You know, I think the Blue Man Group is pretty cool. It's just three blue guys just playing playing percussion instruments. It's pretty neat. Vice Weekly. Here's an idea. Something I learned recently is that it's not just 3 guys, and that, like, they're auditioning people constantly. Like, there's like 70 blue men across the country. I think there's a few in Germany somewhere. But, you know, they're auditioning a lot of people, and I think a lot of men are looking to get those jobs. They're just waiting for one of the blue men to either die or quit, and yeah, it's got to be a really like male-dominated profession, I can only assume. You know, this might be a stretch, but you know, I think a big reason why women are outnumbering men in college graduation rates is maybe a little bit tied to the Blue Man Group. Why finish college when I can join the Blue Man Group? I think a lot of men are thinking that right now. And I'm guilty of it too, you know, I'm up late working on stuff. I'm like, why am I working on this 5 to 6 page paper about the military when I could paint my face blue, become a blue mute man and play percussive instruments. It's a real dilemma. And you know, my one critique about the Blue Man Group is that I really think they could diversify their modes of entertainment. You know, instruments is one thing, but maybe celebrity boxing is another thing. I think one of those blue men either getting beat up or beating up Logan Paul would be really interesting results for humanity. You know, a question I ponder a lot is, how do I know whether or not I'm a redneck? And for that, I look to Jeff Foxworthy's famous bit, you might be a redneck if, and you know, it's like, you might be a redneck if you sleep in a tire, or if you eat roadkill on occasion. And you know, a lot of people don't know that Obama beat him to the punch on that one. He was talking about it way before Jeff Foxworthy ever did. You know, the American people ought to know whether or not they are indeed a redneck. The Affordable Care Act. Republicans. Michelle. You know, a lot of people don't know that's how he won in 08. You know, but even before that, Shakespeare was on the whole redneck thing, even before that. You know, in the famous window scene in Romeo and Juliet, you know, one of Romeo's original lines to Juliet was, Juliet, if thou washes thine hair with mead, thou perchance might be a redneck. Thank you. That's the show, I guess. If you want to tell some jokes as well, we meet at 9 in the Jade Parlor, or you can talk to me after the show, or on Monday. Thank you.